جزى الله أصحاب النبي.
miracle mubarak imari kuŋole kedimi ban foy cokkole kedimi walantuma e bata ko soro futu wala karola walantuma kono demi bambalo wala katuta mari la sibo kalantama e ka wala ke ba imari mo molti mi yalan ko setano wala be muta wala ke muta ta miracle mubarak men frale bundum pitiki yasin ani frere je dro ni ala yede may ni la sasa nyim fambe tala pundimi bambalo wala katuta mari la ba wala foy mari mo molti mi yalan ko fa e ka silang wala soto ba imari mo molti mi yalan ko fam e kabbata ko wosoto futu wala karola ban walantuma e mari mo moldi mi yalan ko yela selo wala ke muta ban ta miracle mubarak mi yalan ko fam borol kendema mi yalan ko be mo fen sila mo fen borol lede anon kila sallallahu alaihi wasallam jara lol be laari wala silo ka fura miracle mubarak men fura le bundum biti kiasan wala e nomba ko mande 718 446 718 4446 718 4446 o nomba ko mande alkured al mubarak ñun nenata nan ka jamaada han
خلافة عباس ودين نبينا.
Citizen mini market ñu nenata nan ka jamal dahandi e felale tabo ko traffic light obe dame police ko lo dame buluba karola futa je mari dafa ka sukuro kende ma lafta wala sotla ba tulo mi yalon ka ba senior set andi be bodna spin bank wala ka e mari lafta olive oil même mo zaytuno de mo jama ka commandi wala bella firi walda ba wala mari mo molti mi yalon ke wala firi ovaltino la Nescafe bella firi wala no keke munko wala no paji male futa citizen mini market même felale tabo ko traffic light obe dame bar fane mari mo molti mi yalon ko sukuroba fo pampas lemba karaban ji dima lemba fura citizen mini market men frale tabako traffic light woni abedame juice sifa be men yalon ko we ko bonan spain bankol kan futa je juice dima e basulla mosquito e lafta wala ban sifa be fura citizen mini market men yalon ka felali tabako traffic light obedame ni futa je kamonda fengol kendema ibe sotla dadi mala ando nyimbeti ko nyi gambe dingol tamo nan gambe dingol dahande
ala baraka bake mbadi jiber lal afele nala nan ko ke on Give Thanks TV ka programme di yalla ka men ko mandi current reality la wala ko wol mi yalon ko walla be kirin ka walla ka ca bake nyim platform to ka fali ala baraka bake ale wato men da kan na programme al ke jibe nyamen kal wakilende al kalina programme jibe anim fanam al kali saya fana ale subscribe to our YouTube channel on Give Thanks TV ala baraka bakadram kal jey kal tendu ka fale ko atel dam mala sati da no platform o nyi ay wara anu nga jel albe o ke kan alkan programme ul share nyame nga diata mole bake anu bal encourage la ka fale ko alkal mol programme ul ni alkali share fele mutanan ko de bi aram selu ngo kana programme do di yalla kabiru waro mi yalla ko aram setambila ka cha dun tan mente ma wala honorable musa sonko mi yalla ko ka cha dun tan ni wolte ma bi fanam fele mutanan ko de kana ka modo interview mi yalla ko fa wala honorable Mohamed Mahanera atelemo Sandu constituency la député dum yalen ko wala Upper River region atelem wala député oti but fana National Assembly Select Committee on Trade National Assembly Committee mi yalen ko wala ka jibero ke julaya ni safaro la karola atelem la siranti oti bi ngol soro andu dalilo mi atna benyi interview ke kan anata ne kabri mo jamal be banko kan ibe kumbo kan bake ka fo fengol damo fenel mi yalen ko akoleata bake men yalen ko bol ka sude la be kono manol lin tulol anim fen ko tan andon fang nyinnata ne kabri waro mi yalen ko sunkaro kono ñim fengol nga men falete mo jabal bu je mi yalan ko e ka sule la bake waya sabu bi honorable Mohamed Mahanera natale be tar la current reality show on Give Thanks TV pour que kacha ku jamal la mi yalan ko wala be den fengol dala anen ku ko tangol mi yalan ko wala be kuma yala pour atal jiber lal atal mem yalan ko wala be kala na fatim be wada mala kacha la janka bo santem kada fo montro wate kili nyato janembe interview ñim ko fala ka fale ko al TV ñim bulano to al kanata dawda Give Thanks TV aliya TV baraka bake honorable Mohamed Mahanera ngeshoto na programu to namen on Give Thanks TV.
Yeah, baraka bake jara tentu ke jay ani ila do kunyo kana jang bi kadiamo mbali mole Gambia kole ko le me ya lonko be mol sula kan science ten so kontan da bake alla na la jang ande mo ka lamore ko ni Give Thanks TV lambe konton be jela abo katon fo koina momo ka mandi ka moy wala kando mo kana translate ye pour isa fahmiya be mun kule kacha kan biden
baraka National Assembly, the Select Committee on Trade, commence la bi somanda damma walante makunu kabir Ministry of Trade ye press release bondika yitandi ko fengol dabe laari nyaala me banko nyinkan wala fengol nyandaga wafi da men mo jamal biji nati jalay bake ka fo itele fengol men da fango bondi anim fengol dabe nyalaari nyame marsi ko italia la fale talari manke akwo nyindo nata nun ko nyim press release nje ila react tanu nyaadil wala mo la reaction
yeah baraka bake jara nga definitely nga press release ni nga jele kunun suto le fangaje pour my ministry na ka price cap ki essential commodity solka comme min ga fami essential commodity men ya longo lungo lung hadamani ka solala balola karola e price o min laji ka brente ngaje fang so price ta back because it ya long Gambia jang mbuka fem produce jang so near price cap la bagaso kang imam market ni survey just within Kabrin course that an inside in tema within 2 months, and then the market is not only Greater Banjul area. You have market in CRR, you have market in URR, you have market in LRR. So Janibian ala drongi price cap ta ya la fengo in Gamere nyenta ka jubel. One thing is the Kabri price cap last minute dokan ko $400 in URR. Jarebaji kan old fang nyanta itan la mol la ko definitely the ministry ni mantra studies ni ke kan nyanta kala nyame because if you go around Upper Salom they are closer to Senegal, so they can get cement direct from Senegal energy at a less how to call cost me along ko amansiabat, and Banjul here is different. Basi we are closer to Wellingara. So baje gasmento se smogul no la dunje at a lesser cost than Cambodia. So janibe na la ya sani janga price o la cemento kan $400. Now, and it ya long cemento boko produce yan ka fo de la miralo momenti wala mnyindi ko businessman dol sina no market o nyin konole then ya fo ko bori nyin ba wa $400 la no mbadon tenga wa $300. So obuka happen Gambia jang Gambia the moment ye price for peg $1 ga be nya kata all. Ni go 400 hana tara mea longo the factors that are producing I be nya kata that 400 let. So at the end if I be calculate la if I give you this wholesale price even if the profits make kata wa fi retail price or like la profit from calculate ni de fon ka long.
Akamunda nyingu fendemi mi yalango mosa sojas wala ndo mosa fo ni katambi ni be kumol mem foka yame due diligence wala ndo korosir kendo ket akwo nyintole janna be kala natra don ko manke jumala nyanda kanyim blame nyin solda
yeah ning korosir onde nte aje nyame korosir kendo manke je jara because ni be price cap la nga mere nyenta dulale jubele me ya lonko at least mol be kumbo kamena manyana katambi nyada talo e dumala but say molbe kumbo kan 350 la itata caps and yake 400. So definitely business people they will be happy. And in alone they jang most of these things ite malua kendo so me alone ko ni business people molu men yalon ko ikata ni cartel formula or ka nyo fahamu ka fuko because ndela jang the business people determine prices in the market. Yeah jel iga bagasol mun nati iga only use it from only ka see ye price will determine men ka dung na market okon so sani ningole nyo fahamu ka fole ko cartel so it's a see nole either through telephone call or whatever ye nyo faham ka foko then we are going to put this price in the market for cement, for cooking oil, for rice or any other essential commodity.
Ani data economics la karola ika fuele ko akamunda nyinsi fa mo fenet mi yalon ko abuka possible no in a perfect competition market dami yalon ko nyo siya da bake fanna la wala ndo afiro jina karol. In our own case in the Gambia, mol ka for Gambia liberal market wala bejan. Does this mean that we have a monopoly market mi yalon ko kangobe more than tanable market economic price?
Yeah, I can say that of course the market is controlled by the capitalists. Those people who has many along a korosoto, a business unyinto. I'm sorry to say, most of our businesses are controlled by foreigners. Yeah, and when you move cool the mayor along, bondi for government is sacrifice the allocation of loan in the budget. Kajeko Ministry of Trade, I del formula mold the indigenous business people support. Then, if government intervene in that, government will be able to control prices because they are putting money. They can determine we are giving you this money, You bring this, you have to sell it at this price. So Niwo Siata, do you think these people will not go out of the market? They will go. But Niwo Mantaraji Sani, Nitia Nati as an individual, with this how to call cartel in the market, at the end of the day it will be loose, like, because it was not like maybe 400. It made a business on Yunkolistano ya jindi ya 300 or 250.
Akamunda nyim 400 wala ka cemento ka foko ka na fi na 400 cemento mo fendet mi ala ka sannon 280 285 270 kata o ma fongal a mo sa fo waro scarcity wala cement da solo be keri wala na da fere ke saba ne ministry ka a pek wala ya landi 400 ma fon what have changed mena falinta ila 305 ya cemento da kap dame.
All right, tell you main for the investigation, a main unit and all of Indico, the freight charges all the lafata. And then because water, Masakunda mang sembo so the influence. But may along until formula charges all men be banko kanjang, they can have a say and they have an influence over those. And the trade committee makes sure that FSQ will after levy men not lie stop. And then also we discover again Gambia Maritime Administration, it will finally charges those that we are investigating. Very soon we will call the ministry and Gambia GMA to a round table conference so that we look at it and we make sure that it's not something that will
but
be.
According to Kibarol Menfinta, well, Maritime Administration, ila freight charges or wala levy kamel dan the container ka amo fenet mi yalango ala fata la fang advice katala wala Consumer Protection Alliance Yamaroke ko ni wo mambondi fa container daka akamonda fengo la daka fo in careful na abetambilam be men kono sante kalma bo kalano.
Yeah, that charges instead of charging per metric ton, it charges menati like it charges menati is the gross sum of the container. But now we discover this is something that we need to address, and we will make sure that inshallah before end of next week we will call them to a meeting and study that together, and so that we can remove it. But the big problem there again is. Some charges were increased, like the processing fee at the ports. 20 feet container was about 3,000, like 8,000. 40 feet container was 6,000. Now it's about 17,000. But when we engaged the GRA boss, he told us that in the Gambia, in the sub-region, Gambia has the cheapest tariff in terms of processing. So, but their main argument there is the freight charges has increased and they have no control over those ones. Okay. So the only thing, the local charges, they have control over. And when we bring Gambia Maritime Administration for engage, a charges being imposed in the sub-region. People are charging 3%. Some 2.5%, but Gambia Maritime they are charging 1.5%, and that 1.5% they have an argument in the shipping agencies. Mentam kulungolti, so ya fole ko fengo bagaso bagasi teliata Europe, so bagaso libe iba make solare 1.5% oita Gambia Maritime, but all foreign ko no. Itela bagasol ñin mañana o charge la ñi demen charge la wala nim bagasol furata fo Gambia e charge so fansun charge so la faje but more man son wala ko wote kenola and Gambia Maritime Administration fana lota wala kanko wote kenola in the whole world dunia be ika menki wala ñin ko e bagasol menta itel be responsible la they will put a levy on those ones itel ba jola manke nim bagasol furata je ka local charges la ta
but ni nana wala akamunda structural problem wala nto lori fengo ko amo fened mi yalanka amo problem multi poro to ma yamre nin ka na mol kata fendi mi yalanko itententa kalafa atran ko man kur structural sort wala lori fen kendo soro je poro ni malafa consumer sol tekentena ka bata
molbe batala han sanyi be batale kono because there are near you na poro to is very adoyata bakel and odoya fanan men ka kontina sol na de la mt ila kontina kolongulu ika ol na tele fana ike park porot yaji sanyi ite la poro be do yari man space so kontina kolongo fana ni te ko ite be responsibility tar munar na ite shipping agency sol nyol commandila e sindi hana taranu ibe domandi men soto kan wodo bode ila poro be dete kan sanyi ibe mune inyanda mune kala either you increase charges on empty containers so that ye murundi ay taria o ye dula nyini nyandela empty containers so bla dami because ni ajibe molbe batari container killing is a 1 week 2 weeks abe poro so ning demorage nata wokang ita mera as a seller as a businessman it cost any cost ita enkio janila container be fudala la bitkoto iba be calculate ana be fana beta la bagaso lelka anala ro bagaso ko jumal ba jola mun ka sandiroke
akamunde ko di culture of work molla do ko Kenya poroto akamunda wafir la jama walantuma men ka bagage wol na fe importas wol ka wo complain ba ke fang adol bi je jiare la do kulal men be poroto ye blame le wala ye tubile ko bu kana do ko wala on time wala mi ka taraje la fa 11 wala la na do ko wato abuka ka fenti mi yalanka abuka betia kabila tata poroto fak finding na fo nyin kuma sifal man na across walantuma la
yala e telephone poroto je jiare mol fo man wo fo mole but yalo ni men be do ko me yalo ngo they need that service from you ko tella ko encounter and tella ko fo fana so clearing agents all men be complaint bakel poro ni na la bureaucracy at the port i complaint wala back because ya e ka je fang ni la baga so fang na de ka discourage le sani mo jama fang baga so na la je ka samani Senegal ya jel because bureaucracy men be iko fana 7 different office worowula ni lafta continue clear fo yeta ni official beto killing yela documento stamp yaji so fonam kulet me yanu kabe batandi kam back anu je fone ko space from problem wol home use fengo depot bi jele anu how to call it transit trade goods fana kata dame e man clear so say ni tel continue nata ni space man suro fo ya transfer ya samba home use depot so janni ba soto la ka boje fona setanu 3 days ma soto no because poro do say machine killing je men fo lebe doko kenje sometimes machine woni janni ka release price doko ke kata ko 12 o'clock say war jomalo nyanta continue lu jindila yewol yela ale examine pour business yo fulo ayata fulo
are you disappointed port
definitely
mo ka dalti dami yalon ko nyinan damma iko ye wala 2018 29 wala 2019 2020 ko profit men make is around 200,000 dami yalon ko even dividends from 50 million yo just sorry 200 million and 50 million jo man sakunda ya as dividend na fay ma je ko port mo mol latini yalon ko e mantara ka reinvest wala tay mantara ka do ko nyi strategize kaje ko la space do era they need more equipment wala joran jamal e sulata wala pour que la do ko keno efficiently.
Definitely, the Jara they need that. In fact, before nanyin to, ning por la management from sita la ni o kacha. Kaje ko poro ni alnyanta ka master plan ko ye master plan so left them implement pro ka poro ni increase. But sa for no that chance from Gambia we miss out the chance. Because the DP will after nala janka expansion of an influence government, but all chance will be Canada more lale. And usani Senegal fele tele wol natina Senegal be Senegal poro develop by expand kan. So ndela poro be do yari nyame definitely ni fotata ji hansani ka bring 2017 up till now. Mang fende je me alon ko sa itandela ko there is a massive improvement at the port. Me alon ko container transactional flowing as a Tariano nyami and signing ko nying definitely be that can come on dara jele man satisfy at all because poro be faring empty container laje and se ko li fone ka bozol tara sirin ni pour que la bagage fonction c'est a problem
for alem director managing director mi port alia engage mun respo munati na ate machine kilinda ma awol sort fully no en kala poro ni je doyata bakele anyanda ka joran jamalo kaje ko do ko etaria fal ya ni nga munana machine kilinda ma babo
no this to not man see ning custom official men be responsible in the interstate transit trade la ning wolel sita then from there jata ning the men be mararing interstate transit goods la fana and clearing agencies or ning wol sita ning wol kachata but the manager himself jobate ning womang kachasoto but this one another mola londo kono ning wato le ka bring data ji ning custom officers ol nata ya explain mole exactly mun be carry. So, Okonofang, and 20% of the how to call it duties was lifted last year. But this year, I discovered that natile. But Kabir Moli engaged the Minister of Finance, Trade, and in GRL boss, Mr. Dabo, the BN Natal was saying 20% year bundle. Instead of 100% now, we are going to pay 80%. So we thank them for that. 20% lift so that at least for a small mark on the price of it at home. But porola fenko ka amanke be the man. We have been engaging Jabate, and even Ja Oil has confessed to us that at lafta ka mandinaring useless as a port. Ning government ya ala pride land in Sotoje. So ye mem for all of go je ala deepness ning kulungote sembeno laje. But Ja assured them that he's going to work out everything. He don't ask government, but among government in hand. So this is something that at least governments should think outside the box. Kajeko Fenko create the public-private partnership. So meaning we create just over time, government can take over the harbor from him. But signing womanke congestion of the Kirinjana, right now Jabe Dami, they have to move Salam to another point. And Salam now is using clinker while Ja is bringing the powdered cement for rebarking. So Poro Insan is definitely congested, and the management definitely should make it nyata puli kila me alongo Poro Insi expand no nyami nila tela bagasola wato menesa soto no wato.
So apart from that, akamunda mansakunda wala Ministry of Finance the projection of like revenue be men an la wala ila famenes 12.8 billion be la fala pour mi yalonko ila fa wala sotla nyin sango mi yalonko mbo wala kon ila nyin projection o mi yalonko wala ka pour ka nyin revenue nyin soto is it attainable?
Anyway, I cannot tell whether it's attainable or not. But Ngalongo is a factor. Mayor Longo is putting a lot of pressure on the revenue collection. Because if your target last year was 10.1 billion and this year is 12.8 billion. So the increment of 2.7 billion. So it will confess that the money is not going to fall from trees. 4 years, the charges will increase, can make sure that they meet their target. And again, that target, they will force themselves. If they found for sale, because already the SOEs, they have a contract with Ministry of Finance called performance contract. And somebody definitely malong how it comes about. But I talked to the chairperson of FPAC, Kajeko, let us try to look at this. Ning left a cool address around businesses here. Definitely we have a lot to do. This performance contract, if you collect, let's say I tax you to collect 1 million. If you collect more than 1 million, I give you 500,000. I will make sure that I collect more than 1 million or 2 million.
Yeah.
And obeke no lanyadi for ila casual play where to tap money. And how can you tap money from business people? Is only to increase tax or to levy charges on some of the commodities that they are importing.
So, but akamunda nyin natan na kapire man sekunda e mo moltimi yalon ko fa expansionary fiscal policy ila tamandiri bulol e katla kono fanandi la back instead of contracting it kana kendi bajale ko ngana economy stabilize fal buka yamaro ke wo fanna nyina pour kaje ko na boyani mba expand ka wala bela faro ki kam fanna mena saying is not the right time.
Yeah, assembly to more cleaner view bukataji. So the majority always carry the votes. So Molka complain le ka diamule, and anytime nga jeko there are lapses ka ministry in command, the line ministry command le ka kachan. Particularly the electorate committee. We have been trying since last year. Anytime they put levies or charges on commodities that are essential and they are affecting people's life, they call it. But now the implementation, sometimes we are good at talking, giving promises. But now to implement those recommendations is the problem. We have been giving them recommendation, finding king and a report table at the plenary, and the ministers or how to call it, the agencies or permanent secretaries will hear about that. But now the problem, you call them, they will give you all kind of word, all kind of technique that we are going to do this, when we do this, this will happen. But at the end of the day, they will not implement it. So now, what is the essence of just writing a report, going on a tour, using public fund? You come, you table that report at the plenary. At the end of the day, nothing happened. Absolutely, it's like nothing has happened.
So, how bola water? Ministry of Trade, Ilanium Prosperity, member the name Fiangol Dollar. What will be your honest advice to them with regards to this issue? Even when I follow Fiangol Dami along like a fang Ilanium Fiangol Danian, the most of they are unrealistic in Marseola current price, you man commensurate, Imantem.
Definitely, Baraka Bage Jara. And the advice ministry, along price control, Abenun Gambia Jane, Jawara la time. Yeah, so, but if you near allowed, modo yela economy in control, I mean for Ebola. Because in history, in the 80s, there was price control in the country.
But Munenatake, because Gambia was a burden with a debt of about 2 billion. So that's why IMF and World Bank also came into Gambia. That they forced the government to change their policies and make sure that the market is liberalized. So since then, we should have to, as a strategy, new way now, Minister Price Cab men thinking, if you look at our laws, how can he enforce it? Because there is no law that is backing it. The Essential Commodities Act, if you look near Ujube, for so my advice to the ministry is that let us try to legislate. Even either a subsidiary legislation or you want to come out with a regulation, you come to the parliament, we legislate. Legislate. But look at it now. A press release member, I found more comfortable. Business people will find comfortable.
Yeah.
If the press will there's no follow up. Ministry any bondi. Sani ita samba for public consumption. Yeah. So people work at Sani. It a follow up. There are people who are selling more than the price it meant for.
Yeah, cap down.
For it. Yeah. So bag of rice. The amount made a bag of rice. Manual. It was 1,300. So you need to pay 1,350. What are you telling? So you are telling that person adjust your price to 1,350 because you did not do the survey. So now business people also should at least allow a compromise. The 10% nga bondage because government la silanda moment niana nang kotake is going to be added to the tax that they should pay. So sani it is okay, it is favor okay. The 10% you forward at 10%, and that 10% at least in a month you can collect not less than 10 million.
Okay.
You get the point? So Neo calculate in a year how much money are you losing. But at least you should also have a way so that these people understand our aim and objective was when we leave the 10% tax, at least it should reflect on the prices.
Prices, yeah.
No matter how freight charges goes up, but that 10% also should have an effect on the prices.
Right.
But now it is not at all. So our fear even is because there are a lot of protocols that we have signed, agreements that we have signed, and most of them are coming to they are coming into force. So new work that definitely at the Gambia affect like bag. So the advice to the ministry is that let us try to look inwards and make sure that the Ministry of Finance and the Ministry of Trade let them make sure do allocation budget line to support public private partnership business. And also the indigenous business people should be supported. Because 54 people who are importing rice, if you look at it, only not more than 5 people who are Gambian.
So it's like most of them are coming to 90% to 95%.
Exactly. So Sani, if you as a ministry or government, you will not have a say because already you said it's liberal economy and you don't have power to control prices. So what do you do? We make sure that we have that allocation, support our own people, support the agriculture sector. Look at even flour. The grain is produced somewhere, bring it to the Gambia.
For backing.
Not back it even. They manufacture it, they have turned it to flour here and back it here and sell it here. Can't we put money into agriculture sector and be able to produce that grain that they are importing from either Brazil or somewhere? And we have the furrows here. We have the land. So the rice example, can't we put money into agriculture and support rice farmers? Yeah, Jame has tried. A lot of families were benefiting from that. No. Why not we continue with the same trade and make sure that we produce what we grow. So if we, as far we did not do that, and we did not support the indigenous business people in this country to import rice, things will remain like this.
Coming to Gambia, ECOWAS protocol on free movement of goods, I'm a signatory that wale fana ya sign together with Senegal. But I come to ngajele ko ye mem for wala kibaro men finte wala Senegal ma ECOWAS protocol ni ima respect wala ndo ba buja andum fam Gambia re export ka fengol bondi janki samba bantala banko la akuma da baken na banko ni na fanko donc ko do soro dame na ngalo ne ko altara nun tola la kata bola ser sol dafa nyim fata nyim kuma ngol finte alla toni mi yalon ko ale wala ke.
Yeah, kuma ko woni alhamdulillah it pays a dividend kuma ina faso to bage toni because be toni kono ma kum fa folo nga moy ko ministry delegation of formate da Senegal because ya lon ne ko Senegal e mantara ka o agreement nyimbunya ni data any border post ika foel ko Senegal ko mantara ka ni agreement nyimbunya because delia bunya le ngaje ko ni bagaso boda nan bantala pour ka dum Gambia jang a sonia ta bakel but menka bontel la jang kata definitely o mukulet meyalo ka kolya ko wol nati businessman ol bul baga because del ngalon ne ko Senegal e mum senior lelti socially we are one but economically we are not one because Senegal they always look outward to make sure that whatever is bringing more profit whatever is how to call it boosting the economy they concentrate more on that yeah. So near you example ni muro lota jang proka finti on that the same protocol ko as far the goods are not destined ko ma manki bagaso ni nabo da Gambia kata Senegal le na manki odi na kata Mali le Senegal atel manni na kawlondi al nyanta make sure ni kaytol nata drom ye tambi ye tay be dala dami na tra Senegal lem ni du taji ye Gambia gol kalam nan ko bagaso ni furatale bodi kaje ni troko le katu gararim bodal to because ye dum sometimes ka go we have to get order from Dakar so sani ko del nyata munekela as a country because del bele sita the head of state president wol sita kanyin kuma kangol ni kai sahayandi ka sign so ninyin ko be kerin sani nyata munekela make sure that the president ya kalamuta ni data summit la ay ko ni highlight ka foko this agreement be men kono the country depends on this. Senegal depends on this. Guinea, the same thing. Mali and Guinea-Bissau. But Senegal because he intel surround le, mo jama kalaf kana poro use katambi. But Senegal buka song. Ye kumal tema. Kaje ko ifana nyanda ka protocol ni nyanda ka bunya le. So nema bunya membe kala we kije. But I think we don't need to manyana ka sila for Senegal water or whatever. Among kumaya, no matter how small you are, what can you do?
Kamunda ilanyi favor respect balia wala mambunya mendi ECOWAS protocol nina mosavo amu ferol di wala in the long run not ro continue asina bankola fanko nyi asati nyano la ya fe la kumol kon ko itel mun na brother wala mbadi wala mun kenya mi yalon ko ka wala ko fanala does that represent the brotherhood e kabe nyitande kan
definitely safono ama represent in terms of economy comme na economy be nyami so yemen fo nu Senegal be fero be ke kan atuta Gambia le bulsani nga wuli nga lon sim flora Senegal ela poro sani ya expand le ya jel anun della jang kata Mali is far than Cabo Zigansor kata Mali and yalo no Senegal they are trying to create a dry port in Zigansor so they will make sure that business people men kana jang ya jele ke discouraging ibe discouraging la nyaadi ye hard supply ken ni ka tambila ila banko kan kata banko do so ni o ke sani itel they are concentrating ibe itel nyaabe min kan ke la porol ni fanundi ka porol create dula to baje kan mall instead of coming to Gambia now they will go to Senegal. Now what they have done years back ka bring near tosul do soro because Mali itel la oil product Kasoto Gambia jang is cheaper for them than Senegal. So you can imagine 100 truck or more ya be load fuel la pour Kasamba. So in Senegal munike ni nata jewe ka foko this one does not belong to the essential commodities that the commodities that ISAT men recommend pour e tambi eta banku dolka. So ngai ni ka obi ko ni Senegal agreement go but that one only is not enough. Let us take it to ECOWAS head of state summit ya jel ay discourse je ay kije dan interite si campaign kuro la BBB sama ngawulin because atel be campaign ta this ECOWAS protocol la itel man son
But for la yinta ye ko jiko so la ko may be ba falindro. But this is not the first time nga jiko Gambia la government la official Ministry of Finance and GRA la mol ka bojan kara Senegal kara in discussion sifal keje. Ya men what is the lasting solution? Muna nyanda keno la kaje ko nyin ay bank Senegal te para mala Gambia fanante para wala ntel bela interest sa.
Yeah, the lasting solution we menge kana because let us not take Senegal as demigods.
Yeah.
Senegal mo bankol di ko Gambia mo bankoti nyame ya jele fengo fenika dunje country to country's relation anyanta kala nyanta ninga mutual understanding, so then we should also have what a mutual benefit. It depend on me, I depend on you, but del be depend on you kan fenela and often ni manya na nyintata tinyala ni manya na nyintata tinyala. But Gambia government were smart enough. Senegal, they've started this long time ago. Before Nina Gambia Banjul Jang, Senegal, Sierra Leone, Mauritania, Mali, Bissau, ibe kana sopin la Banjul Jang. Nida marasoto jeka fal, tronkol katu fal njan. But what they were leaving Gambia, to concentrate on where to get the money. But they were expanding. So Kabru won at a sign, you look at this, Gambia now, Delekata Senegal, Kata Bayol Kamaji, Kata Chubol Kam, Kata Samatol Kam. So as a country, we can compete with Senegal. Because Senegal, no matter how big, there's something that they need from Gambia. There's something that we also need from them. So I read something that said Senegal, Cabria, Nyuko, Gambia la Poroni is attracting a lot of investors, attracting a lot of business people. What they do, they form a delegation to go to Mali and tell Malian business people that now we're going to give you a warehouse in our ports. 90 days, your goods will come to Senegal. For 90 days, you will not pay any tax. So all these are business strategies, how they can kill your business. And until we are aware of all this, forming a delegation, Purukata Senegal, is not bad. But now, the negotiation now, that's what matters. Senegal, Nigata negotiation. Every sector will have a representative.
Unlike Gambia.
Unlike Gambia. Gambia is only one minister, two ministers will just go. You're going to negotiate a sector that affects the youth. Where is the youth rep? Sector that affects women. Where are the women rep? Sector that affects other stakeholders. Where are their rep? Even if you cannot take all, at least you can take experts from these areas to go and do negotiation. But in some circumstances, Senegal will be negotiating on behalf of Senegal and Gambia. Because they know that when they negotiate very well, it's going to affect Gambia. So what we should do, I think, as a country, when we are going for negotiation, let us not forget about the stakeholders. And also, even if possible, it's very rare. You see, how to call it, maybe, sometimes you can see Senegal, if they're moving, they move with journalists. You get it? Yeah. So that they can separate the information. But now, if you are going like maybe one minister, two ministers, you say, let's go and negotiate. In fact, if it is agriculture, we have experts in agriculture. You see? If as a minister or permanent secretary does not know all the sectors in agriculture. There are people who know other sectors. That is their special area. So why not you take those people? If you are negotiating and you know that maybe it's at our disadvantage, let us not agree.
Yeah.
No matter how big Senegal is, wallahi, they need us, we need them. And we must show them that, yes, Gambia is a sovereign state. So we cannot be lying in the hand of Senegal. And they are killing our business, or they are killing our economy every day. We are seeing it every day.
I come away from that. But bodal to me along ko wala biji. Ang along ko GRA la do kula dol biji. Ya fale nung ko wala ya fale ko moto ko mo wala constraint. GRA mudlal dami ani mo be do ko la ji mo nya ka boy fefang. Awaro dol biji ngaje mo ka oxygen jana wala ke wa fi jana men kana jana na ta poro de be kana moljo. For you move in the Mialan car to Nyaya la Jara la Docula will be a bola post or motor wala problem.
Because that totally this first-hand information from border posts. Dol BJ for motorcycle of a fu mole bulu. Come like Kafunyoma BJ, you want to go on border patrol, you go away for a motorcycle a patrol. Not one border, not two.
That's serious,
honestly. So you can go to so many borders. They don't even have a motorcycle. They are not armed. And they are always in the front line. So now, even a motorcycle. We went to one border post. I go de la motorcycle tinyatale. So nka rely bansan neka. Ni left the phone ta bansan fu then we do our patrol.
When you made a surprise, GRA individuals me along ke do ko ke GRA mo sa ko wol ritale. What why is the institution poor?
Kabiro for the fungai ko ngandala mu da fungai ko no I cannot do this. But boli ya ni gal fong there was a member ko to yaro for nying alla boss ni ma nyil lo ko ya lon. Go then how comes? Another level responsibility can NAMOL collect Nimbangkang. Without those NAMs, government cannot go. Government will collapse. So say you are the agent, can you NAMOL take collect and I'll get in them and I tell hands motorcycle of a mantra tell bull. So how can Obi Kenulanyadi? If Kauru we went there the similar thing. Kauru mano ko nyugo ninte left kata patrol and kata na friendly fu. Go friend on you for custom officer akohani.
Akawale fu masingula.
Akawale fu masingula.
So is this not a cause of concern? Many individuals many ka doko ke GRA while they are rich enough while mo quality yolle but many along ko fa akamonde la doko ni na operation wala taman de silol e ka doko ka menna wal mam baraka wala wal they seems to be inefficient e man nafa soto ba
yalo femo fo ini ka jube ke ikela boss le jube aka kenyame nyaton ko ya akolera baki. Yeah, I understand. Okay. So, but we must, our attitude, we must change our attitude and see our country first. But what is happening in the Gambia? Come here for nyame. Then, it expect Gambia be move no la wad jomale. Gambia be change no la wad jomale. And until time in Gambia, no matter how much resources you added up together, know that you are doing a foul play for other people. So we must love our country and we must make sure that anything that does not belong to us, it belongs to the state, we jealously safeguard that.
So what was this me along ko wala for these concerns falia raise not raise falia for GRA la boss la kay tan dala ko wala do ko dal ben kind of situation na ko masimal moto man treble basima fango e mo fango so.
Yeah, sign we because Malaka reporting preempts. Right now we are at the conclusion, the tail end of the tour. So maybe when to the German to only one meeting lem, kaya the GRA from ke commandi meeting wala and other stakeholders. Because in charges mean kita sign thing discover that's going to be maybe our last meeting with them. And a baby report on Konole, and I'm sure Ning GRA Nina will highlight that issue to hear from their boss what he is to say about regarding those challenges. There are a lot of challenges in the report anyway regarding ISA trade, the customs, their operations. We have a lot of challenges. So we'll make sure that inshallah we put it to the relevant authority or GRA boss and hear from him what he is to say about that. And notwithstanding the report in front of the table at the National Assembly for plenary to decide.
On Monday, yeah, kibaro fin standard newspaper bala wala la kibaro fin rejele ko 10% tax me yalon ko ye wala bondi mano kan yanta ka murundi jele. But Minister of Trade reacted ako natra nun ko ye wala murundi je abe situation ni wala ko wala al hawani wala Kenya al haloni aba jawandi la bakel. What's your reaction?
Yeah, it's because yalong nimbe ko kela muka story. Because I think we nganying 10% nimbondi jele in a Ross. We did not study. That's why the Gambia government buka data respect back. Any decision, your decision should be informed by the data you have in the country. And we have GBOS here. They can use GBOS. You can use other statisticians in the country. Data is very, very important. We did not study it. The implications when we remove it, and if you want to bring it back, we just rush and remove it. Then, at all, the view that maybe ninga nimboni je tax nimbe reduce lale. So then, after reducing now, no follow up. Ka bring initial stage ning, ka bring remove one from mena ning follow up kita nu. Then by now we have legislated that kind of clause. Ninga nyinke nalma nyinke, then we have a yardstick. We have to use this law to make sure that we control this action. But wobe manki, a business people of bula, a gentleman killer.
But many na more talano, evolta talano without the involvement of the legislature or a deputy bon. What you guys connive with Alni campaign?
Yes. Personally, for me, I said it long since, that I have never regretted an action in the National Assembly than reducing this 10%. because defoon na view belum daming that time, because it's the executive that brought the bill, and when the bill came, we all look at it, and therefore be along ko nyingde na mol be batari ni anu na balwo be dendi manole la sa yi nga 10% fogo ba nga jube fo mano da se tala no nyame, but it become the worst. Kabring mole ya tala yalong the implementation, the implementing agent is not the National Assembly, it's the executive. We can only pass the law, then to implement it is the executive.
But the executive failed to implement, you hold them to account and you contribute.
Yes, we have that, we have done that. We call them, we tell them, we got the media that what Ngameng reduce thing, it has no effect on the prices of essential commodities. I said it, why not we bring it back? But the minister argued that when we bring it back, it's going to be the worst. Because Nigana the signing the taxing Abela Falal, and in the statement to sign the Nala Fatafana, the prices also will still go up. So Sani, why now? Why? So we have to be very, very much bold. Nyantaka anile, nimbe any decision kila as a leader. But kanabo ila decision ya bula ninga nyinke mol be nyine fula drong, you forget about that. But so it causes more damage.
Apart from tax me alonko wala bekir, iko inflation afana mo fene mi alonko a contributor back e kaje ko ben economy ni aba botani kan kaje ko na dalasi is depreciating against other foreign currencies. Falman nyum fam fata la korosi rod.
Yeah, because they'll get jama maybe FPAC and oleka financial tool jibe back in National Assembly.
We are economists, you should be able to tell.
Yeah, I know. I mean economic, but thing I'm for that definitely the problem is leadership. You know, Africa, may I can say it, even Gambia, we have resources that we can develop this country. But the problem is leadership. Our poverty is not because of money or resources. The main agent of our poverty is leadership. And that leadership is, if you pass a law, that law is just for the sake of passing the law. It will never be implemented. So what is the essence of passing that law? Like when we reduce this 10% now, it's not implemented, no follow-up. Like the press release from Ministry of Trade, no follow-up at all. So what is the essence of the press release? Huh? So I think leadership is a problem. And also, like you said, the inflation, fine, because I know it's not that much, because still now it's within single digits, right? Maybe if it goes to the worst, maybe double digit, then everybody will cry in this country. But
the inflation, the worst could be like 9.5 around that end. Once it reached to that stage, there are more have another one. I think Gambia we are having 7.2. If I get
definitely. Right. So now, what should we do? That's why I said on implement. As a leader, for me, Mahanera, whatever left ka for wala ka ki, ngalong ko this bankola nafale biji, desila la mola wala, demal la mola wala. Na dia deti yata, at the longer run ibina jilal go Mahanera kamen for unina mutonya. But now, near na structure nyimbe juve, nga loa kindol soto. But niatara no nyaton ko mantra me alon ka be hangirin ka kudol ki country dol bi Gambia le fisata holdi but sign wala fisata Gambia di. Let's Mauritius, let's look at China was not like this, but it's hangitale and una leaders wana nyanta hangilale. I don't mind what people will say, what I mind what people will benefit mol be nafa sot la nyaade akata sign wala sama.
Is it because political interest na nyaton ko le they are keen wala be cross be bambandi mbake pila political ambition membe bulu perhaps there are certain step je niata abela political ambition ni abati nyal. Is that another factor men ka sa policy lu buga tamano?
It's crystal clear. It's very, very clear. Mo we be nyim bankun kan sa anything I read at school manta school ya longo is very clear. So certain laws membe je me alu se bankon nyim beten is because of political will mantraje. Pour kaji ko luwa le tam ningonga ni luwa tam that will lose people. Okay. And it ka mol represent ni if you lose those people, losing those people and those people to die, which one to go on starvation? It am gonna prefer
kabiring kamanda fengol dala nyin kafo nyin abasiare molbe kumboka ibe wona fula to this reaction that in fact fengol daman kola ya Gambians are lazy. Gambian not lazy dala e malla fi doku wala tin na fan bare fengol daman kola ya what will you say to that?
No, I will not say Gambians are lazy. For me, I cannot say that for ningaji aketa.
So because suddenly that is not true.
Gambians are lazy. They are not, because they don't have the support. Gambians will man support soto. You today, you are working, you have skill. Honestly, if the support is there, by now, Jara, you will not be like this. We have other people who want to go into business. So why do we allow foreigners to form a cartel and just a new person from a native of this country want to come to business, then make sure that business collapse, and government is looking at that, not once, not twice. So if you know that as a government, what do you do? And you want to defend the interest of those people so that the country can move forward. Help your people. If you help they are not lazy. We have Maro Farm in Jagal Pachari. We have lands in Sandu. We have it in Wuli. We have it in CRR. How much money did government put into those lands, into those sectors? How many farmers jelle makoi kabrin 2017 and inside
the distribution of dogs and donkeys and horses. Me alone go you will distribute honorable
go. But this even will show us that they are not serious about it. That one even create a problem. This budget, Minister of Agriculture, I would say, Minister of Agriculture not approve kela budget or lafa. Nobody even look at it. Because we have appropriated 100 million to buy tractors and other farming implements to support or promote mechanized farming in this country. We have Jahal Pachari alone. For 5 years, if you concentrated in Jahal Pachari for 5 years, wallahi by now, I'm not saying we can export, but at least 60% of our food to be consumed in this country, definitely we can get it from Jahal Pachari. So now, do you think foreigners or other people will come and just import rice like that? We don't even look at it. But the price of rice will go down.
The case of registration, business registration in the Gambia, Mojamal Buje Walantuma Kibarol Fintila Kava Gambia to invest in the Gambia is a problem. Problem wole mi alonko akakolea bag. Fuela korosiro freta water ko foreigners are being given more priority. Wale kan sulo di wala kuala bag ni na kela business or register than Gambians.
Yeah, we have to tell each other the truth. And the truth Tonya nying wole bel labanna. Nia silol jubi me algo businesses ka register. You as a Gambian, it any foreigner benta $. If foreigner kaito be parelale, it'll kaito man pare. That is everywhere and it's crystal clear. So what causes that? The tips that they are receiving. And this is something that we should discourage. So these are all elements of corruption. If more be Gambia banko kanjang, atel ko sanyi del lafta ha del famo dingol yeta business ko no ni nyin ko liay beje na dingol man tra business ko no tonyale but atele mum effort leki pour ko support. What effort? Near business register. Now last time we had a meeting, we even want to propose it as a committee to the National Assembly to have a startup act for the business people in this country. You want to start a business, we must have that act to give you a tax holiday. But the SIC is for only these big investors. Either you want to start with a restaurant or you want to start selling shoes. Iye dula domandi yele doron KMC na loy kunto ila tax jo ila duty jo. Iye dula yele doron FSQ na ila restaurant do $5,000 to $10,000 jo. So now as a government, these are all loopholes that del nyanda ka jube ka business or promote in this country can make sure that na own people they are into business. But not like giving somebody 10,000 and say go and do business. What can 10,000 do? Huh? It's our country, it's our money. Can't we even make sure that we have somebody, even central bank can guarantee people to make sure that they import rice and they determine the price that this rice is going to be sold in the country?
Kabiri, then what happened to the YEP project? Me along Kanata Jande, actually the YEP motor Nissan petrol like a cross can Jande. Moneketa what project?
No, the project, yeah, the project Wakana I implement for at the end. Definitely, the evaluation on ye mung kule cross the water, ye mung nyaruta soroje. Yeah, so what I go, film start la. You don't just put it in a rush. Let it take you even months to study the business environment, study the attitude of people. Who are my targeted people to benefit from this, so that at least it can take them from somewhere to another level. But not just maybe the European community just give money, let's just go try to distribute forms. And in fact, in those forms, you know that good number of people in this country, they don't go to school. Yeah, you ask that person to fill the form. ade they will say ye fomo fil nyami amambe but ye fomo dara nyami fo bentale ba ye fomo dara nyami ite wol londo adanta dami yo jubele yendo be cross la sanyi de lañi sandolo sa to wala jang fam mol be jane be business mol be jane be carpentry mol be jane be welding bon ñi molu ila londo adanta min dole school oto nga fomo ta diabo mbeta fo basile ngata fi ye fomo ta wuli barakunda yena fo banjul yena fi so near studies ke san yite alon ko ni mol men nyanda ni fomo tale man karande but let me try to attach someone at their disposal anytime they want to fill this form, help them to fill the form, and again let them make sure you help them also to register their businesses.
But another factor is also the not right form when you feel la form when you feel a successful da wala atata anyama for economy fanandila can that start a business for an individual more is also important for ya witness like already men not really.
Yeah, I spoke with some youths. They are doing very well. Because ikamunki katale follow initially ika follow ya form of feel ya deal, but now they will go and look at your business. It is true to be economy kaninkan for business or whatever buluwa. Yeah, Sign, I think they have changed their ways. And I met with Gambia Youth Chamber of Commerce some time ago. There are a lot of people who benefit from your project and they are doing very well. They also want to go and get another grant from them so that they can expand
despite the fengol la da ko le amembe banko ni wala ndo mol ka même fo kabiri minister by press release fo kan ata fana ya fula ko kabiri government ya jibe into contacts ye jibe roke ko wala la nyame me realize wala bota men kalama wala fengol da be nyame Senegal wala tambita men da be banko ni wala fengol da la ko le ya Senegal nyame ani Gambia mo fender mi yalla ngai fatata wala man kala mo sa fengol la da ko le ra Senegal le ka tambi Gambia
let me tell you one thing, Jara. Gambia and Senegal manke banko kilinti. So to me, it will be very wrong a comparison okay, just our immediate neighbor. Now, Nathan will compare the quality of rice maybe na kan Senegal. Is it the same as the quality of rice maybe na kan Gambia? Huh? The quality of rice maybe African Nigeria. Is it the same quality of rice maybe African Gambia? So that's why I'm going to tell we just take things and rush. Ning minister kabri yo for sign. The prices may ye cap min kyal. If we tell tata basela boy nata kata business environment storage. Did they go to Sierra? LRR? No. You just sit in your office here. You think that maybe you are capturing the whole country. While you are not. Before you come up with this, you have to at least make a thorough investigation on the business and the market structures. Thorough investigation on how businesses are flowing in this country. Even if you do that example, you know that we have only 2 factories here. It's only one factory that is manufacturing cement. The other one is rebarking. So the rest is coming from Senegal, crossing the border to Senegal, to Gambia here. So Jani, Mano, the same thing. Menka Mano, nothing. If you say Senegal, they are selling a bag of rice at $1,000 example. So Gambia is selling it at maybe $950. But the quality are the same. Compare the quality as well. Senegal can make allow ila Bangkok and Gambia don't have that power. Because Senegal, they can make a decision and that decision will stand. We can make a decision, it will not stand. Look at the price control here. They put a cap, it does not pay anything, nothing. It's like people are even happy with when the minister even gave this press release.
Let's go to Sandu, your area. Ngajele ko nyuwati kono albe bohol inauguration wala inauguration la jeka boholol sim molio ma ale boholo sen community jelle ani boholol nyimbe help kanyandil and what is next sign tam mona be ila table ko la faka menke o mol.
Yeah, thank you very much. They were comme bala falon sanyi ni nyininka ko kumola because Sandu mo dolat meya lonko area la meya lonko savo government men be nara nyinata Sandu la. Because Sandu for 56 years, Niko 10% of the communities, Yaman Boholo so Hansani, they depend on well water. Kolonjiu Hansani kaole me. So Nimbolo ni 1, 2 how to call it? Ika time main use. Ka julota ka jio boni kolon kono akaworu jisle. Flanyangu kolon da buka biti. Ni sama nada ni jio nada ka beka rosa eta kolon yin kono. Nika mi jata kende afong ibuko sotono. Cholera and other things. Because studies have shown good number of children who die in this country, they die as a result of drinking how to call it dirty water. Water that is not fit for consumption.
And Sandu, we are less privileged to have ka sati jama so me alon ko pour ka bo holo soto ji wala jiye soto ji me alon ko senyat so sai wala na make sure that janning iba fola silo wala teng to nyale silo fona ka tamo so nendel body jata kendia is number 1, Londo is number 1. That's why we put more concentration on education and water and also health sector in Sandu. So right now we keep on pushing kamol makoi be jio sotla nyami. And right now, my top agenda is to make sure that education, health, and water is had to become part of the thing in Sandu.
So na bota jiko ngaja karamodo bije mi yalon ko ka finti last time karamodo bije mo fa buka la kol mo karamo le de kaja wolum sa fa nyo kala bungol la mi yalon ko wala ke karamodo ma the situation change for wol fall into the sign the kabri wol.
No, right now Jara, it doesn't change. It doesn't change. I can remember I went on a tour 2019, that was from 12 to 14 March, school visit tour. I wrote my report, I shared the report with the ministry. Definitely for classrooms, nothing has changed yet. And even staff quarters. But being permanent secretary is a very good man. Definitely any issue that you come up with, he will make sure that he supports you. And that man definitely is helping a lot. So the last time when I discussed with him, he said, no problem, Honorable. We work together and make sure that some of these things are addressed in Sandu. And he is trying all his best.
So, let's just come to some social issues here. Akamunta Sandu, Kamunta National Environment, National Disaster Management Agency, ye criticize la wala ye jalay le kabring a Senegal mentata bado kundu kabiri fleet ajiro ye kodo di wala call support ya fo le ko be jibe kan dem erit la ma fon la modol be mene disaster wala mantoro so sanji kilin commando imam ku keje fo kabiri ni statement of fire narrative ni wala ko ni ay faline wol mol men ye mantoro so disaster men yata nya fo nyo bay men yata nya sante wala al halo be la nyaade bari reni ci sin yimbe apor ken ko tek
hani sanying abe wala nyama abe nu nyami ite fontata sandule ye modo la condition oje hani sanying wala nyama awam me fang modo nara bungo kabring sama ye bungo nyin tinya ay bungo nyin natal ay video ya senni akonye honorable debe nyin condition la kono sama sanyi na ni sama starta doro fonga dula nyin nebo solia ni na dimba be futala dami yaji so Sandu banko kan anyway kabri ko refugees bota bad ko kataja na kakuro dila ko it's not a problem but ngamera momu ila banko dingola right nyento mexula le yo defend and many are be disasters to kan jang del ngalo ni ko ka bo mintol we take those people's data and ke wolela information utaka kataka ko do nyinela ning ko do sutla sanyi abuka fudo mo la kote. Well, it's not fair. Del Sandu banko kang is a more continual me alon ko ye tinyaro soto. Every 100 in Safono 95% of them han mo kiliman de maro soto from NDMA.
So sente wala situation of Laria. Approach
the same way money alon go ila sato go like diabu example. Mo jama bi me alon go ila bungol affecta diabu people in diaspora ika contribution o kele bung jamale bi me yalon ko ra jamale bi I think about 5 compound me yalon go telephone la ko yolo bondi ko bungollo dol bi je kabilo lo dron e contribution okay ni la family member problem o soto e yeta e la bungol dara e makoy but how other villages many yalon go bi yolo ma opportunity sifa soto han sañ wolbe wala nyama you can remember kabir moltara sare jangundi that alkal hansa even tomorrow ni tata je al bungol wala nyama yiro la yolle ke bungo la dan nawla pour bungo nyin kana boy ano amanke wo dammanti sare jamalel bije me alongo nyinning alandaro ye soto problem wala still kan no kono ise nyamol kuntuno le ye bungo nyin maintenance but sama ko it cannot sustain you so NDM ye dogu jamal soto nyim banku kam me alongo nyenta ka address you cannot just sit in your office here you say you want to make decision you cannot sit in your office you say you can get data from Sandu or you can get data from Kantora Tumana or anywhere you have to go on the ground and see what people are facing so if you go not only stopping at taking their data They expect something from you, that is to come to their aid.
But akamunda natra nunko kata ninye nan samana da wala kala akamda 2 consecutive time te wala ntuma isangol mi yalon ko be bulaka nyono makan adami yana sequentially e be bulaka nyono ma ando ning sango banda e ka hope so ko national disaster management agency be ma ko but at the end of the day ila the hope so ka das dan wala ndum ka jikla te bari demaro yin abukana
Okay, especially tell me present all the time you can call receive le wala ka audio message soto le me along ko be complain kan ka ko la dulal tinyata and as a national assembly member abigela hamol dike mako but if the capacity is not there it can all and the institution me along and it was created by an act of parliament and it is responsible ka ko ni moy alandaro soto you have to quickly respond like the case of Arwol Sanya they quickly responded for it. In fact, they said they will go there again and make sure they help them. But how about your own people now? If you say, maybe you said, for me, Mahanera, I'm not denying any foreign settlement in my country. But my first priority here is my citizens. I can say that anywhere and on any platform. I will make sure that my citizens' issues are addressed before any other thing. So any other thing that comes, I know because Alandaro alalekala moka. So I'm not again against in total to not to look at the refugees because Gambian can be refugees somewhere else. But within my country, I will make sure that because these problems come before this. So nothing has been done. For 2 years. So Nindo happened to drone, then you jump up, you said, let's go and help these people. How about your own people? Those people who are paying the tax.
So, saying how is the mood like? Ko benyadi in Sandu sam always sunkarola kono and sometimes I remember selling sama kono ndara no rice distribution or lajela and that really pay dividends. Mo jamal bije mi alon ko e contenta ko anu ngalo ne ko ya appreciate lo waro mi alon ko be ko saying de molbe sunkarola kono o ma wan fengol dal be ko yare molla balu be nyadi daje.
Definitely molla balu be sangara limba. Fo ale men mako ye tamanal soto e ka korol kiye ani ka makoro soto badi sutungol la mene alongo ala yeso but naman ko definitely call be sangar linjem back then last 2 weeks ago jisuma fon ka so there's a problem somebody me alongo you cannot afford $100 in a day ite ko eta galaso some $50 ayana ko tega eta ala sum tera nyini wala ala suro nyini ko le ko ballet definitely anu ndela jiko mo minti sando sate wolto wol fana man imam mol support no wala wala mu senoti be malayando anu be malayando ne ajo ni te nin so je sign ila nin so ke min dame for is a problem cattle drinking point is a big issue in Sandu and Sandu we have 16,000 cow head or more so tilkando kono like this one they will all go to either Nyamina or Casamas. So natara wol bije wonin sol ibije hani la kego fon se balu nya se la dimba ya bal ni non onin sol fon isa wa fino le kudo tamat onin sol la bo fon se la ila kanko be ke jabano di man angelo sa so now in Sandu particularly Sandu we facing a lot of problems particularly this Ramadan and again we are hoping maybe by next week we are going there to distribute some Ramadan packages to vulnerable families pour que makoy is a fon sustain nyami in sunkaro
Akamunda janne mol ke pour mol yebul diaspora voting akamunda bi kibar kaytol na wultana ko diaspora pour ye carte o fay bunda banko maral kida wala section 88 and section 39 iko folia amen wala falen grodol bi mi yalon ko wala nyanda kala wolto folo fo janni waro mi yalon ko akarri fay wala diaspora ngol be nyanto so la pour ka carte o fay nyimo fenede mi yalon ko kabring a fota mo jamal bi je sante e wa jahal den kabring hope dite wala be non jikiri mbake diaspora ko be carte o fay la baraka munda la hope la fa dash down wala la fa jiklate la bayri ñing ba constitutional issue race taje. What's your take?
Yeah, my take is there because we have lawyers in our midst that can read and interpret the constitution and our hopes definitely myself my hope was the diaspora will vote in this coming election and that was the hope given to everyone by IEC. So I think it's supposed to be the sole responsibility of IEC is to make sure that since we are discussing the election bill, they can also prepare to bring to bring a bill to amend that section of the constitution if they really mean what they have said.
But honorable, akamunta mem fota walenko natra nunko amendment obe kelaka watu tabakela fang yafo ikaka around more than 3 months an election is just at the corner. 6 months election is just at the corner. How do you think it will be possible first if I see amendment of Wilton and Puru and Puru Kanyimbe fall in the process? Is it possible?
Anyway, all those ones are the laws, because what they are saying here, I think we leave those one in the hand of the lawyers there to tell us exactly what we can do, what is possible and what is not possible. Because I can remember there was a time since when these issues came up, Al-Mamtal, I was following him, he was saying this will not be possible if IEC does not come with the act. So I think he's also saying the same thing, like if there was no amendment in the constitution, that was some 8 months back. But I think IEC, they were aware of this and they knew exactly what they were doing. So if they still insisted that the diaspora will vote, so I think they should tell the public that how can they vote.
Another negative impact of losing the draft constitution.
Of course. The draft constitution, guys, is not only one thing. You know, draft constitution has thus our hopes to have a very good structure in this country. And as far as I'm concerned, I think Gambians, we should not relent. We should make sure that we do changes and this constitution come to play, and everybody will have his or her right to see this country move forward.
Yeah, we should do changes to remove Fubaro.
Anyway, yes, we should do changes and remove the government.
Finally, ibe mine fola mole second to man second ñu concern mi yalon ko wolbe ports kabiri yalon ko je tay tabakele the culture of work pour mol kalna do ko la juna bari man second official time pour do ko commence is 8 o'clock. What will be your advice to these people wala mol me yalon ko wala responsible with regards to the culture of work daji ko e ka menke ni e ka mentally do ko wala ni do ko wato sita?
Yeah, yalo, I know all this still boil down to leadership. As a president or as the head of a sector, it's your responsibility to make sure that your people come to work. I can remember 1994 when Yaya Jammeh and his people took over. So this was one of Sana Sabali's objective, to make sure that you come to work on time or you are sacked. You get the point?
Yeah.
But if you go to offices, honestly, you sit down for an hour or more, you're waiting for only one person to come so that your document can be signed, or what you want to submit, you are able to submit it. So what we should do definitely, if you want to move a country or you head a country, you should not look at people's eyes or what people will say. Just do what is necessary and do what you think it is right. Do that one. At the end, everybody will benefit and everybody will see your effort, that what you are doing, you are not doing for the sake of doing, but you are doing for our own benefit. But when we leave things like the way they are, and right now, everything is slow in this country. Being a business, you have an appointment somewhere, everything is slow. So I think we need to make sure that as a leader, we take action against some of this. If the official time is 8 o'clock, you make sure that you are there in time. Should be there by 7:30. And we always say, if you go to Europe, let's copy, let's practice, let's introduce the best practice. This best practice, where do we get that? We get it from other countries. And we know that if you go there, you as a minister, if you go there, they say the meeting is 9 o'clock. You go and sit there before 6 o'clock. In your own country, when they say the meeting, the official time to be in your office is 8 o'clock, you go there at 10 o'clock.
But finally, akamunta ya fole non ko mo ninka hesalma amo fende mi ala prosecution aka wala promote, but after natalo nada fin social media député bu nga fo ñaati ngol tabula dole fi jemi yalla go ko ka fo mu soli ali mu tulo la wala al tulo ñin tulo la ka mo ko indi fe ñama woje non kabiri men wo foka
ma woje nada je social media ya blaja but ya lo ka telo bu ngam fo lo ya lo del we pass laws, but the implementing agencies are not the National Assembly. We have the Interior Minister, Health Minister who table the Justice Minister even who table this, and Interior is under them, right? The Ministry of Interior is there. So the police are also on the Ministry of Interior. So now when National Assembly legislate and pass a law. Now, the political will has to be there from the executive to make sure that all the laws that are passed in the National Assembly are implemented and they are at higher top. So, National Assembly cannot legislate at the same time again you assume the role of the executive. The role of the executive is not possible. We can legislate, we leave in the hand of the the executive to implement. So that board that is there, I think now everybody has seen it. The Justice Minister has seen it. The Interior Minister has seen it. So those people who are there, because in the law, some people were complaining that we have to ban the importation, not the application of the product.
Cream.
But all these ones are in the Act, the Parent Act. If you are caught importing, you are liable to pay $30,000. If you are caught applying, you are liable to pay $5,000. So why not they are not implementing that? If they are implementing to ban that importation, that tabula should not be there. But now you are jumping from there, you said let us legalize it, where our children, our sons and daughters will go and apply. So we cannot accept that in this country.
Baraka bake honorable. Ala baraka bake atal member chief thanks jibe kan ale pro waro mentaka chief thanks TV jibe ala baraka bake kamunta honorable Mohammed Mahanera binni wala be programme nyinto atalam Sandu la député de parfana National Assembly Select Committee on Trade atalam wila sirenti yoti nyinna tan ne kabren kononto Ministry of Trade ay mo wolti mi yalon ko fa e kankula ro bonde ka fengol dayi tan di banko nyinga mi yalon ko manna dia mo jamga bari ka même fo wala fengol da dol fon fo nyame ani wolda be nyame mo fenen mi non kene bale be woltima ala baraka bake alle programme yi jibe nyame balu wakilin dal kalina programme ol share yalla subscribe to our YouTube channel on Give Thanks TV jandi wo alnal badi malen Ibrahima Jara